Hello, Uncle Roddus back with another vinyl video, take two. I was halfway, well, I just started the previous take of this, and then the courier turned up and the dog went nuts and the phone rang and just about everything happened. So anyway, yeah, right, so there is, the vinyl buying drought, supposedly voluntary one, isn't going too well, and there's been a few quite cool things come up on Trade Me that I managed to grab because they're quite rare, and I got them for pretty good prices. So let's rattle into those. So playing in the background is this Jungle Sweet, A Walk of Snipe. Walk of Snipe. So Braille Records, this is one of the Braille Records collective. That was a collective of artists who put out probably around a dozen records through the 80s and into the early 90s on vinyl before they went to CD. Then there was a few CD releases after that. Mostly the same people, or combinations of the same people from the collective playing on each record, but under different names. Now, I've got several of the original Braille vinyl, and there are three more for me to get, which of course are the three most hardest to get and quite likely the most expensive. But I'm hoping they'll turn up. So yeah, this is a trio of Neil Duncan, Jane Roddick, and David Long. Janet Roddick, sorry, and Janet. She's doing the vocalizations on here, and man, there's some pretty outrageous stuff going on. I really like this. This is actually one of the better of the Braille, I think. The other ones that I'm waiting on, two of them are probably rated as the best two by people I know who are into it, but maybe they'll turn up for me one day. So I got that pretty good. I haven't cleaned it yet. I'm going to do that after I've done this video. It's a little bit crackly. And then the other one that I picked up on the Trade Me for a pretty good price is this one. It's Kim Blackburn's Lizards in Love, and this is a Flying Nun original from 1986, I believe, or yes it is, 86, there it is. There's not a lot on this record to give it away that it's a Flying Nun release, but it apparently is, and it has a Flying Nun code number, catalogue number. So this is actually a poetry record put to music, so it's pretty weird sort of going. I'm familiar with a couple of tracks off it, I believe. There's actually quite a lot of tracks on side two. There's quite a lot of tracks all up, so they're fairly short pieces. So it's something that's a little bit out there and offbeat, and Flying Nun. So really cool to get an original Flying Nun record. And I think from the same seller that I picked that up, I picked up this one. Not a New Zealand one, obviously. A lot of people will know this. I've been meaning to get my hands on a copy of this. I'd never actually got round to purchasing it on CD after I'd sold my original vinyl collection. So this came up, probably paid more than I would have liked for it a little bit, but I don't know what that would go for in the shops. Because I've never seen it down at Penny Lane at the local. I have kept an eye out for it. It probably comes in. I'm not there every bloody week. So, and this is the New Zealand release on Gap Records through the Rough Trade. So, the Rough Trade released this in the UK, and then it was released here in New Zealand on Gap Records. I understand this wasn't released here according to Discogs, if this is the same copy. It wasn't released here till 1981. I did have a copy of this originally in my collection back in the day. Fantastically good record. I picked this one up just recently off Flying Out. Lucien Johnson Wax Wayne. This is from last year, and this is a New Zealand jazz record. And there's not a lot of jazz pure jazz getting released on record on vinyl in New Zealand. A lot of the jazz Rattle Records are putting out quite a bit of New Zealand jazz on CD only. There is another one, Miley Manzana record that's coming out very soon. I got his last album, which is pretty cool, jazz, and Mark de Clive Lowe is the other New Zealand jazzer who's based in the US. who's releasing a bit of stuff on vinyl. He's got his last couple of records are pretty damn good. This is pretty good. This is really good. Just 6 tracks, recorded last year. All self-written. Yeah, pretty damn good. So pleased to pick that up. And then I got onto a Discog seller and I picked up a bunch of records. Now this one cropped up. K Group. Now this is a New Zealand underground drone record, and this had cropped up and I saw it. I don't know, I got an email alerting me to it, and I went and had a look at it, and I found it on Discogs for a pretty good price, and I picked up 3 other records so that, to help with the mail. These came out of Sweden or something like that, I think. I don't know. Yeah, discreet music, but it's all written in some sort of Swedish language or something, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's where it came from, or Finland, I can't remember. So yeah, this is really nice. Recorded in Aotearoa between 2018 and 2020. So this is a pretty good drone record. I really like this. So that was really, I did show some more New Zealand underground stuff that I picked up recently with the new Pumice record and stuff like that. So that was cool. And then, so that was brand new. And I think this one is second hand, but damn near new. And this is Dorama, Terra Incognita. This is originally, I don't know, was it the late 90s? There we go, 1996, Fusetron. So, I don't know, this might be an original copy actually. This is really good too. This is a trio, just 2 tracks, one each side. More, weird underground music, very, very, Fusetron Records, very basic release packaging, but I'm really enjoying that. That is cool. I need to give these a clean. My wife is away this weekend, so I might do a bit of a drone and experimental music session this weekend. This one here is also from the 90s, 1997. This is the Tanaka Nixon meeting. Now, I believe Michael Morley's involved in this. Yeah, Michael Morley from the Dead Sea and Danny Butts. There might be another person involved. So yeah, this is pretty obscure stuff, really. The Tanaka Nixon meeting, and the album is called The Ark, and that's again pretty droney, sort of noisy stuff. So pretty pleased to have that. Like I say, that's been on those 2 that one and Dorama. They've been on my want list for a while, and they're pretty cheap to pick up. To be honest, you don't see them in the shops here in New Zealand. You don't see them around. It's amazing how many of these I have to buy from Discogs overseas, and it's the postage that screws them, because the records themselves are really, really dirt cheap. And to be honest, they're cheaper from buying them overseas than buying them here. This is, what's the guy's name? Peter Wright. Bright Failing Star. This is one of his records. I have a couple of other Peter Wrights. He's got quite a lot of music out, especially on CDR and stuff like that, but not so much on vinyl. But this is the 3rd one of his I've picked up. He's quite prolific, and I think he's got a lot of stuff on Bandcamp and stuff like that. He's really good. I really like his music, and he's actually local here in over in Littleton, which is not far from me, locally wise. So that is it. That's just a quick run through of some of the recent ones. Now, I was very, very, very naughty, and I went on to Flying Out because they had a double points sale, so that everything I bought that day, I got twice the points to head for the next lot of free records. So I've got a credit of $150. So I picked up 6 records that day, plus I've got 3 more. Well, I've got $150 in credit, which I will be using very soon, but I'm just deciding what to purchase, which there's about half a dozen pre-orders sitting in my want list, so I will probably get some of those through, and then I've still got records coming from overseas which I'm waiting on. So there's still a few coming in, but so I've been really, really naughty, and there it is. So happy vinyl hunting. We'll see you again next time. Cheers.